right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash. Divine is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to say how much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And as you can see, the title of this lesson is going to be "In Times Those That Look Out the Windows Be Darkened." And that is a scripture from the book of Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. All right. And pretty much that verse is going into the future not being so bright in this world, especially here in Babylon the Great. And I want to get into two videos here, man, concerning the future of Babylon in the workforce. All right. They're predicting that by 2030, or maybe before 2030, most jobs here in America and around the world, okay, but here in America, will be taken by AI. And there will be mass unemployment, and a lot of people are going to be out of luck, okay? And right now you have, high school graduates, graduation going on, and these young adults, these teenagers, right? They're looking forward to going to college and to so-called pursue a career, maybe in the tech field, maybe in business, whatever. And they are expecting that after they get their degrees, so-called in college, that they're going to get a good job to where they can take care of their families, so on and so forth. The same dogma that they've been feeding generation after generation. All right, go to school, get your education so you can get you a good job, but they don't tell you about the debt and the stress and all the BS that come with going to college and graduating and whatever. Okay, but these last couple of years, man, we've been seeing testimonies of people who have their master's degree. Some of them have their bachelor's degree, right? Who are struggling to find a job, right? That's decent, according to their so-called degrees. And it's hard, okay? But with the advent of artificial intelligence, right? These jobs that these people been grinding for, so-called, for years, okay, in college, going for 4 years, 8 years, 10 years in college, right, for a particular field of work. These people about to be upset by AI. AI about to take your job, man. And you done sat there and labored, okay, in college for 4, 8, 10 years, all right, stressing yourself out, studying for hours, essays and paragraphs for hours. You've done this just to be outdone by artificial intelligence, okay? Just for, these companies to tell you, no, we're not hiring your kind, okay? We're using AI, right? So it's going to be mass unemployment here in the near future. And this is a plan by the elites, by the way, okay? They're causing this mass unemployment, all right, so that when these people get desperate, right, and they have nowhere else to turn, they're going to turn to the government and beg for a solution, right, beg for comfort. They want that to happen so that they can roll out the solution to you, okay, with universal basic income and these digital IDs and digital currencies, okay, which will ultimately lead to the MOTB. But this is what Esau is doing, man, okay? These devils are setting the stage, right, for all hell to break loose, man, for riots and protests of the people. Once these people, these so-called middle-class people, lose their jobs, okay, to AI, they're going to protest and riot. How are you going to take care of your family if you don't have a job, man? It's impossible to do in this world. So with mass unemployment, you're going to see riots in the streets, man. People, all right, breaking into stores, looting, right, just to survive. And that's biblical prophecy, okay? That's 2nd Ezra 15, okay, 16, right? People getting busy, man. So I want to get into these 2 videos here, bro. I pray that they're edifying, all right? But this is the future, man, that's being prepared, okay? AI getting ready to take a lot of people's jobs, man. People who are in cubicles, okay? Business, wherever it may be. Your job about to get cut, okay? Because AI going to take over it, man. And you're going to be out there high and dry, right? Looking for answers, looking for work. This is real, man, but it's prophecy, okay? It's prophecy, man. So here we go. This is fair use, okay, YouTube? This is fair use, man. Here we go. Audio, okay, good. Here we go.
The job market is changing faster than ever. According to a study by the World Economic Forum, nearly a quarter of all current professions will change in the next 5 years due to AI.
Half of entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing and 10 to 20% unemployment in the next 1 to 5 years.
The tech sector is already being hit, but this will spread to many other sectors of the labor economy.
Tech has already been hit, and other industries are just months away from massive cuts.
Even the CEOs of the largest AI companies in the United States are warning about the potential consequences.
CEO of an artificial intelligence company warns that AI is about to wipe out millions of jobs in the next few years, even calling it a bloodbath.
The effects of this labor revolution could bring significant consequences, potentially leading to unemployment rates never seen before.
It's not just tech. The CEO of a major AI company says could wipe out half of all the white-collar starter jobs, possibly causing unemployment to soar as high as 20%.
So how could AI eliminate nearly half of all white-collar jobs?
To get started in data analytics, you don't need previous experience or a degree. The Google Data Analytics Certificate.
The accelerated advancement of artificial intelligence is transforming the global job market in unprecedented ways. What was once limited to repetitive manual tasks or data processing has now evolved into tools capable of executing complex cognitive functions that were historically the responsibility of entry-level administrative workers.
Use cases for AI continue to grow. There is one industry leaning hard into the technology: customer support.
A report by McKinsey & Company estimated that generative AI could automate activities that currently represent between 60 and 70% of the working time in certain office occupations. The most vulnerable positions are those focused on routine information processing, rather than human judgment, empathy, or interpersonal skills. For example, in the customer service area, AI-powered chatbots already handle more than 85% of first-level support requests in large tech companies, up from 30% in 2020. Similarly, law firms are using tools like case text to conduct legal research and draft contracts in minutes, tasks that previously took a junior lawyer hours.
At a fraction of the cost of a human lawyer, Browder says he is able to use his software to help everyday Americans battle legal issues, such as traffic tickets and evictions. So far, he says his company has helped in more than 1.5 million cases and saved his clients millions of dollars.
A report by the World Economic Forum projected that by 2027, approximately 83 million jobs could be lost globally due to AI and automation. Most concerning is that the majority of eliminated jobs are entry-level or junior roles. Likewise, Goldman Sachs estimated that 300 million full-time jobs could be affected by generative AI, with a greater impact in developed economies due to their reliance on office work. In the US, the report identified that up to 46% of tasks performed by entry-level employees could be automated in the next decade. In concrete terms, if these projections are fulfilled, between 10 and 12 million entry-level office jobs could disappear in the US alone, considering the current size of the administrative workforce. And the behavior of large companies in 2024 and 2025 reflects this transformation.
All right, the layoffs that are rippling through the tech industry aren't showing any signs of easing. IBM is the latest tech giant to do so. The company announced it will cut about 3,900 jobs, mainly in its IT services segment.
Companies like IBM, Deloitte, and Accenture have announced pauses or significant reductions in junior-level hiring. The CEO of IBM stated that the company planned to halt hiring in roles that could be replaced by AI, especially in human resources and administrative support. These roles represented about 26,000 employees within the company. Similarly, Accenture announced in its 2024 fiscal report the cut of 19,000 jobs, mainly among non-billable and entry-level staff, while increasing its investment in training and deploying generative AI. Even in sectors like finance and marketing, junior analysts are being replaced by AI tools that offer faster, cheaper, and more scalable solutions. The collapse of entry-level jobs has also affected internships and training programs, which have traditionally served as gateways to the professional market. According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, the number of internship offers from Fortune 500 companies dropped by 22% between 2022 and 2024. In the tech sector, the decline was even greater, around 34%.
A blunt new warning for American workers. A tech CEO says artificial intelligence is about to wipe out millions of jobs.
This decline is directly related to the growing use of AI in internal processes. Companies are finding that young workers, once essential for tasks like transcription, data labeling, or content moderation, are no longer indispensable. As a result, fewer and fewer graduates gain the experience needed to advance to intermediate positions, creating bottlenecks in long-term professional development. In addition to eliminating jobs, AI is also contributing to wage stagnation in administrative roles. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, real wage growth in entry-level professional jobs fell by 1.8% in 2024, in contrast to a 2.4% increase across the overall economy. This stagnation is partly due to the oversupply of candidates competing for an ever-shrinking number of openings, as well as the corporate preference for AI-based solutions.
Many young people across the country are finding it difficult to find summertime work.
The labor market also posing a big challenge for young people looking for a summer job. A new report suggests there's been a steep decline in the number of temporary jobs available.
Economists also warn of a growing polarization of the labor market. While advanced technical and executive positions remain in high demand, and low-wage service jobs persist due to their physical or interpersonal nature, the middle tier, traditionally filled by young college graduates, is disappearing. AI is not only increasing human productivity, it is directly replacing it. Whereas,
real quick, right? So I was talking about college grads earlier, all right? Just how you have these students, you know, who are graduating high school right now, and they're heading off to college in hopes to pursue a degree so they can so-called go make a living for themselves. But how things are looking, they're going to college in vain. People are already being replaced by AI. And it's only going to get worse. They're telling you, man. No matter the work field, okay? Unless, you know, you're doing gas or something. But entry-level jobs, you know, cubicle jobs, being on a computer, you know, answering the phone and tech and all this stuff, there will be no need for you. AI will be able to handle all of that here in the near future, man. So what everybody's supposed to do? If they're being replaced and can't find work, what do people supposed to do? Eventually, they're going to riot. They're going to protest and beg the government, right, for comfortability. Whether it's food, water, clothing, shelter, they're going to beg for it. And trust and believe Esau will have the solution. Matter of fact, he already got it. But they want to see the people riot and tread each other down, right? And ultimately just beg them, right? Beg them for mercy. And they're going to bring you this digital prison. It's all by design, okay? It's all by design, man. 2 Corinthians 15:16. People are going to lose it, man. If you can't work, you can't provide for yourself. As I was saying earlier, these people have, I've been pursuing a certain field of work, for damn near a decade, going to college damn near 10 years, so that they can come out of college and, get the best salary, the best job and whatnot, so that they can so-called live comfortable. But this will not be the case, man, heading into the future. They're already telling you that you're not smarter than AI. They're already saying it. So you can have 1,000 degrees. Okay, Eve? I'm talking to you now, Eve. Because y'all love to boast about being the most educated. No, you're the most enrolled. Not the most educated. You're the most enrolled group of people. Okay, because you're not educated. How you acting in the world? No. And you people try to separate your education from how you behave. No, your education is tied to how you behave, man. So are you women truly educated? Yeah, you're educated in wickedness. But all of your degrees, okay, your bachelor, master's, whatever it may be, you're not smarter than AI. So nobody's going to hire you. So what you going to do? I know what you're going to do. More than likely, all of you women who got degrees, so-called, right? When you see that you can't get hired because of AI, you will turn to prostitution, okay? One of the oldest tricks in the books. You're going to do it, okay? You're going to do it. Because you're going to need food and water and someone to protect you or whatever. You're going to pursue a man. But most of you will turn to prostitution. These are the cold, hard facts. You women are about to get a wake-up call, man. A lot of women finna get a wake-up call, bro. Now, for the men out here, men can go other places and work, right? They don't have to necessarily be sitting down in a cubicle or in a building somewhere. If they got to go and, chop some wood or whatnot, they'll go do that to provide for their families. Most women not finna go out to no woods or go to no gas field and do truly laborious work. That's not going to happen. Most women prefer to be in a building with AC and heat. It's comfortable, paper towels and tissue, coffee machines, water. They ain't trying to not be comfortable. But a wake-up call is coming. And truly, this from the Most High God, Yahweh. The Most High is letting this AI shit do what it do. That's who behind it, the Most High behind it. He about to shake up the whole economy, okay, around the world. And this is why Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all these guys, Mark Zuckerberg, they've been saying mass unemployment is coming because of AI. And immediately I thought about women. I said, what are women going to do? If they can't go do those entry-level jobs, answering the phone and whatnot, what the hell are they going to do? Oh, I know they're going to start doing, selling coochie. Immediately, they're going to start doing that. Looking for a man, right? But some of you might not get so lucky. Some of you have a digital footprint of shit-talking men, right? Saying this, saying that, you've been showing out. You've been showing out in Babylon. You women have. Talking shit, doing the most. So when this thing truly hits, a lot of you not going to make it. A lot of you will not make it. Okay? Hey, look, bro, secondary to 15 and 16 will manifest in a big way. All right? It's going to manifest in a big way, bro. So I'm going to finish out this video here, then I'll move on to my next clip, man. But hey, look, bro, this is a powerful video here. All right, going into, different info concerning AI and the mass unemployment that's coming. All right. So here we go.
It is directly replacing it. Whereas previous waves of automation, such as spreadsheets, supported human work, generative AI can perform tasks from start to finish without human intervention.
And it reflects a troubling increase in businesses and companies opting to cut back human tasks in favor of technology.
A 2024 MIT study found that the adoption of AI led to a 19% drop in job postings involving repetitive cognitive tasks, while job postings for AI engineers and product managers rose by 11%. This asymmetry suggests that for every new job created in AI, 2 to 3 junior jobs disappear or are never posted. The disappearance of entry-level jobs poses considerable macroeconomic risks. These positions are essential for skill acquisition, upward mobility, and the renewal of human capital at intermediate and senior levels. Without them, the talent development pipeline could collapse, leading to a shortage of qualified personnel in key sectors within a decade. Moreover, rising unemployment among graduates could lead to a decline in consumer spending, higher default rates on student loans, and increased demand for public subsidies.
The unemployment rate for people between the ages of 22 and 27 with at least a bachelor's degree is consistently higher than the national rate.
All of which would put pressure on the broader economy. A projection from the Congressional Budget Office warned that if the current trend continues, student loan delinquency could rise from 7.8% to 12.5% by 2027. The emergence of artificial intelligence as a substitute for entry-level administrative work is one of the most disruptive forces in the modern labor market. While AI offers efficiency and cost savings for companies, it also threatens to dismantle the foundations of professional mobility for millions of workers.
Yep. It does. And it's going to get greasy, man. It's going to get greasy, okay? I'm happy. I truly am. I am happy about AI. I'm happy that this is going down because it's going to lead to scripture being fulfilled, man. Okay? Mass unemployment will lead to scripture being fulfilled. When people can't work and can't provide for their families, trust and believe, they're going to hurt someone to get what they want. That is what 2 15 tell us. They're going to hurt someone to get what they need, man. And the elites, they want to see that happen, okay? They want to see people riot and protest and beg so that they can come with a solution. It's going to be the MOTB system, man. Look, we got, central bank digital currencies. We got, universal basic income. We have all these things for you, so that you can get your medicine and your food and your water or some shelter. Just come sign here, okay? Go on your phone, download this app, and you can get your central bank digital currencies or whatever it may be, a damn Trump coin, who knows, right? But this is playing out beautifully, man. This is playing out beautifully, okay? Now, Lord willing, we don't be here in some damn 2030. But if so, okay, cool. I'm with what the Most High is with, right? But they're saying these things are going to be, even more amplified by then. And that's when you're going to see the mass unemployment and pretty much hell increasing, right? So now this next video I have here is this is John Williams. It says states began rolling out universal basic income, right? So I'm going to play a few minutes of this here, all right? But this is happening everywhere, man. Little by little, okay? It's happening little by little. But it's going to increase because once these people lose their jobs to AI, they're going to be begging for money, okay? This is, hey, man, this is beautiful, bro. So here we go. Audio, okay. Make sure my audio is good. Here we go.
For years, billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk have warned that a universal income is coming.
But what to do about mass unemployment? There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. Ultimately, we will have to have some kind of universal basic income.
You hear that? They're serious, okay? They're serious, man. They're telling you that you're going to be unemployed. And you're going to have a universal basic income, so that you can get what you need. But guess what? They're not telling you that those UBIs are going to have certain regulations. Trust and believe that. It's going to be certain regulations, man. And more than likely, that money going to be digital. Okay, they ain't going to send out no checks, More than likely, going to be some digital currency. Now, as of right now, they're giving certain families checks, cash. Once it hits on a nationwide scale, yeah, it's gonna be digital currencies, man. Okay, they've already been talking about it. But that was Elon Musk. All right, he ain't just talking to be talking. That half-breed nigga, whatever he is, you know what's up. So here we go.
At the time, it sounded like science fiction, but now it's here. Los Angeles, they're paying people $1,000 per month.
Monthly payments for a year directly to struggling families with no strings attached. LA City Council approved this yesterday. 3,000 families will receive $1,000 a month in direct cash payments for up to a year.
New York is proposing guaranteed paychecks for low-income residents. Cities like Chicago, Columbus, and Atlanta all proposing their own versions as well.
Some expectant mothers will receive monthly checks through a first-of-its-kind initiative here in the city.
Oakland County Job and Family Services has a new program that could help families who are struggling to make rent payments.
A new project to help the homeless has the support of Denver's mayor. It will include a monthly basic income of around $500.
This isn't a handout. It's a response to something much bigger. Because the cost of living is out of control.
The majority of Americans don't make enough money to cover some of the basic costs of living, like healthcare and rent.
A new report found a, quote, minimal quality of life is out of reach for the bottom 60% of American households.
AI is replacing jobs, and business owners are cutting costs.
Around 29,000 tech employees were laid off in March 2025.
More layoffs coming to multiple Bay Area tech companies, with hundreds of people set to lose their jobs.
Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, and Alphabet are now signaling as much as $320 billion in capital expenditures among them this year.
And the old economic playbook for many people simply does not work anymore. In this video, we'll break down why this shift is happening now, what it says about the present U.S. economy, and what I'm personally doing to prepare for the future. Because whether you agree with it or not, the way money works in America is changing quickly. Here's the part nobody expected. UBI is not driven by the federal government. It's being driven by mayors across the country. Why? Because local governments are seeing something that the headlines won't say out loud. People aren't just struggling, they're slipping through the cracks. Traditional welfare programs, full of red tape. Emergency aid and pandemic in 2020, fully gone. Wages have not kept up with rent and basic living expenses. and long-term job stability is gone.
Right. It's hell out here, man. Life is hell for the average American. Most people living check to check. Most people barely making it with a check. I mean, it's bad. Okay. Homelessness is on the rise, right? You're seeing more prostitution. Okay. I gotta keep saying that because women gonna turn back to that, bro. They're gonna turn back. The prostitution is gonna be. I mean, these hoes are already hoes, but it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up to another level. Okay, they're gonna start doing it for a bottle of water. They're gonna bust it open for a bottle of water. Okay, a Laffy Taffy. They're gonna get down for a taste of a Laffy Taffy. Okay, it's gonna get serious like that. Can I please stay with you? I'll do whatever you want. Just please, look, I'm tired. I want to take a bath, right? It's gonna get crazy. But most Americans are struggling, man. Okay? Look, bro, don't let these people fool you, man. All right? Especially Esau. I work in Esau neighborhoods. Esau can't keep his goddamn gas on. Okay, I gotta go turn his gas back on because he don't pay his goddamn bills. Go in Esau's house, it's mail all over the goddamn counter. Right? He did. Esau feeling it, man. And that's why I be happy, bro, and later because I actually get a chance to go amongst these heathens and see how they live, see how they communicate, bro. I go inside their homes. I go into their comfort zones. All right. I talk to them. They ask me questions. I ask them questions, just about my job and different things like that. I see how they living. Because they know that I know that they fucking gas off and they didn't pay their bills. Some of them I've seen they face multiple times. Okay, multiple times. They know who I am. I know who they are. They be like, hey, you know what to do. But all they got to do is just put a card on file. But most people don't want to do that. Most people don't want to put a card on file because they need their money. The money they got for gas, they may need it to put gas in their car or get some groceries or pay for something at their child daycare. So they're afraid to put a card on file, and thus their gas keep getting turned off. This is in Esau's neighborhood, okay? Esau not doing as good as you think they are doing, bro. My job showed me that. Esau not doing as good as these niggas try to portray themselves, okay? They're struggling it as well. Check to check. I talked to Esau. Esau said, man, I'm check to check, man. Esau said he out of his wits. It's fucking bills up to my fucking neck, man. I'm like, oh yeah, they feeling it. Here we go.
So cities are doing something that the federal government has not. They're cutting through the bureaucracy and just giving away cash. No applications, no job training workshops, and no waiting 6 months to get approved. Just money, because the bills will not stop. These mayors are not calling it a UBI. They're calling it guaranteed income. Some are going as far as saying it's just a pilot program. But the message is the same. The old system is failing many people. And this is the new backup plan. Started in 2020, and it's gradually ramped up since. For decades, if you fell on hard times, there was at least a safety net. Food stamps, rental assistance, Medicaid. But today, the nets have holes big enough to fall straight through. In 33 states, SNAP emergency benefits have expired, cutting grocery expenses up to $250 per month. Millions now rely on food banks just to get through the week. Rental assistance programs.
Right. I know of a food bank, all right, by Beltway 8 between Westheimer and Richmond Road. It's a food bank over there, bro. That food bank be packed every single day. A line wrapped around the corner, man. And guess who be in that line? A bunch of women be in that food bank line, bro. They be good looking women in the food bank, like trying to get some food, bro. Trying to get some basic necessities, man. This is real, bro. If you go by Beltway 8 and Westheimer Road, okay, between Westheimer Road and Richmond Road, all right behind, what's that? I think that's Whataburger, or maybe that's IHOP. Yeah, behind IHOP. Right there behind IHOP, there's a food bank right there, bro. By the mailbox. Okay. Excuse me, I said the mailbox. By the post office. Okay, behind the post office, behind that hotel, there's a food bank there. Every morning, it's packed, bro. It's a big line, bro. And people over there getting basic goods. I mean, these women be fine. They be having their children with them, long ass line at the food bank. So that's telling me that, okay, yes, most people can't survive, man. It's hard. This shit is real. Most people are on edge, bro. And so when AI come and take their jobs, that might be the nail in the coffin. There might be the nail in the coffin to make people just snap like, man, to hell with this shit. I'm finna go take something. I can't work. I can't provide for my family. I'm homeless. Okay. I'm finna go take something. And we're gonna get second edition 15 and 16. Watch and see, bro. Watch and see. It's finna get real out here, player. Fucking gameplay, all this bullshit going on. Bro, the Most High finna shake this, bro. He finna shake up this society, man. These people playing games. Okay, the Most High not playing. Here we go.
Dried up. Evictions have soared as cost for property owners, insurance, taxes, the cost of debt service continue to get more expensive, and their tenants' wages simply have not kept up. In California, they are proposing a new rule for low-income people on Medi-Cal. If you have more than $2,000 in savings, you could lose your health care. Think about that. You save a few $1,000 and you get punished for it. People aren't turning to UBI because they're lazy. They're turning to it because the old system was not built for the cost of living in 2025. And when you're drowning in bills, filling out a 12-page assistance form for $300, it's simply just not a solution for most people. Let's talk about survival, not luxuries, not vacations, just everyday life.
With the help of Zero accounting software, I've got the right information at my fingertips. So business is a breeze. And I've got bigger plans. Search Zero with an X.
Download the Kayak app to search and compare prices on flights, cars, and hotels from hundreds of travel sites. Then do what people.
The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in America is about $1,500 per month. In cities like New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, it's more than double that. Grocery prices are up 20 to 30%. And if you want something healthy, it's even more than that since 2020. And these prices are not coming down anytime soon. Eggs, milk, chicken, bread, they're all draining paychecks. Childcare is now the second rent. In some states, it costs more than in-state college tuition. And health insurance, even with a job, the average deductible is over $2,000. One medical issue, and most people are buried. This isn't just inflation, it's accumulation. Prices went up and never came back down, and household incomes are softening. That's why cities are pushing for a UBI, because for millions of Americans surviving to the end of the month, it's no longer about budgeting. It's about doing the impossible. If you're wondering why cities are suddenly stepping up to pay people directly, it's because the federal government is out of room and out of ideas. Right now, the U.S. national debt just crossed $36 trillion.
The national debt stands currently at about $36.2 trillion. And every day, The U.S. spends about $2.6 billion paying the interest on that debt.
That's more than the entire economy produces in a single year. And because of that, interest rates are now higher than they've been in 2 decades. Think about that. The government is spending more on interest rates than they are in our military. And regular people, they're stuck with 7% mortgages, 20 to 25% APRs on credit cards, and rising car loan and car insurance costs because of this mess. And here's the kicker. The economy needs consumer spending to survive. It makes up 70% of the US GDP. So what happens when Americans cannot afford to spend? That's where UBI comes in. For mayors and nonprofits, it's not about handouts. It's about keeping people from collapsing under the weight of a system that can no longer afford to hold them up. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but it might be the only lever left that local leaders have to pull. Let's be real, universal basic income is not the answer, but it's a signal that this is the direction that the entire country is moving in. A signal that things are so broken, so unaffordable, that cities feel handing out cash is the only way to keep people afloat. And surprisingly, it's kind of working. In places like LA, Jackson, Mississippi, and Chicago, people are not blowing the money. They're using it for exactly what you would expect. Rent, food, childcare, healthcare. That says a lot. It says that people, for the most part, aren't lazy, they're just exhausted. And finally, having a little breathing room is allowing them to catch up. But let's not kid ourselves. $500, $1,000 a month does not fix the fact that rent is $2,000 a month, or health insurance is a $2,500 deductible. UBI does not fix the system, but it's working around it. Still, maybe that's the point. We'll see what happens this time, whether this UBI wave fades away, or if this is the beginning of something much bigger. But one thing is clear, the uncertainty is not going away. The CEO of the world's largest bank, Jamie Dimon, discussed.
It is the beginning of something bigger, right? And that something bigger is the MOTB. That's what it's going to lead to, bro. Okay? When things truly go left, all right, and people, really get desperate, okay, people are already desperate, but when they truly get desperate, can't turn anywhere else, trust and believe, when Esau brings the MOTB, or at least he first brings these digital currencies, right, the people are going to bite down on it, man. Most people are losing at life in Babylon the Great, trying to maintain, bro. They're stressed the hell out from working, not making enough money, kids bad as hell at school, so they can't focus on their jobs. Groceries are high, rent is high, Medicaid is high, these mortgages are high. Trying to keep a woman is fucking high. Your car note high. Everything is high, man. Before you know it, people are going to fucking snap, bro. People are going to just snap and lose it. Okay? Like Gerald, what's his name? Gerald Salente said. He said, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it. And this is where we're heading to, man. So if you want to finish out this video, you can. All right, this is on this is John's William page. All right, I'm subscribed to him. It says states began rolling out universal basic income. And the reason being is because people cannot stay afloat. But let's get this precept pyramid, man, then I'll close out here. I went a little longer than I wanted to go, but it's cool. So this is Ecclesiastes 12:1 here. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou sayest, I have no pleasure in them. And look, bro, the Lord has set up the prophets, okay, to preach the word unto you so that you can get remembrance, all right? But everybody not taking heed. Only the elect is taking heed to the word, man. While the evil days come not. We're heading there, right? We're heading there. Trying to redeem the time, trying to get ourselves together because we know eventually this thing going to hit, man. And life as we know it is going to change drastically, okay? Our comfort is going to be taken away. We're going to be put in difficult situations, how to make some tough decisions, right? It's going to be real. But nevertheless, the Lord promised to take care of us if we stick to his word, if we remain obedient, all right? He's going to take care of us. But a time is coming to where people will not have pleasure in this society, man. It's not going to be fun anymore, right? To go out to the club and smoke hookahs, have fun, you know, go to the basketball games, right? The fun going to be gone. Matter of fact, what's that, Isaiah 24? This place going to be finished, man. Isaiah 24, I think it's verse 10, I believe. Let's see here. Oh, well, let's start at verse 7. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice ended, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with the song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man can come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets, meaning pretty much a crying for answers, okay, to why things are the way that they are. It says, all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And that's where we're headed, man. The mirth of Babylon is about to be gone, bro. The Heavenly Father is preparing this thing, man. That's who in control. The Most High finna put hell on Americans, on these Babylon. He finna put hell on these people, man. They don't know it yet, though. They're too busy celebrating, you know, Gay Pride Month, right? The Most High God finna truly address these people, man. And they have no clue about the living God, Yahweh, and what he's capable of. They all got Bibles. They read, but they really don't know. To them, it's just a story or a metaphor, you know. They don't take it seriously, but we do, and we know. The Most High is finna about, bro, he's finna do something, man. And this is why for us as believers, bro, you got to pray. As Yahushua said, pray that you have enough strength to escape the coming horrors. So you got to pray and work on yourself, because life in the change here in Babylon, right? So going here to Ecclesiastes verse 2, it says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, okay? Those who are pretty much in charge of this economy, right? They're going to tremble. Most High going to shake up things. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. AI taking your job, man. You ain't going to have no job. Most people, right? AI taking your jobs. This thing is serious, man. You will not have a job. Hey, bro, the Most High is cold, man. Boy, the Most High is cold how he do things. The grinding going to cease for a lot of people, okay? A lot of people will not have a job, man. And it says, and those, right, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Meaning what? There's no bright future. There's no hope, okay? All them years in college of, you know, studying and writing paragraphs, right? All these things, the Most High finna put an end to it. You went to school for nothing. Okay, you know, wrote all them essays for nothing. It's over with. All right, it's over with, man. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So I'm gonna start right there, man. Okay. The point that I want is that the future isn't so bright here in America. Okay, and these two clips here just, a sign of what's to come. All right, and what's happening right now in the earth. So I pray that was edifying, man. Stay on your toes spiritually. All right, this thing finna get bumpy. All praise Yahweh Shai. Shalom.